Blackboard offers two basic organizational tools for the content you put into your course. They are Learning Module and Content Folder. Within a learning module, materials will be paginated like an ebook, meaning students will only see a small chunk of the screen, and they'll page through each section of the module using arrow keys that appear on the right and left. In a content folder, all of the information appears vertically, and students will have to scroll through all of the material to find the information they're looking for. Here is an example of a module that I laid out for another course. This is from the student view. Notice how there's a table of contents that appears on the left, and the student has to actually navigate through each page of the module by using these arrow keys. This is a great way to minimize your textbook use in course and really fill your course content with your own original material. Additionally, it's a great way to not overwhelm your students if there's a lot of content that they need to utilize up front. And this table of contents is an automatic feature within the learning module. You'll notice that each title piece of the table of contents actually reflects the title of the page that we're looking on. See, I'm looking at creating a new document in Drive, and that's actually the page in the table of contents. So as soon as you give your item a title, Blackboard automatically adds that to your table of contents feature for you. This is also excellent because students can skip directly to the material that they need. Let's say they've already gone through your content in your course and they're just here to complete an assignment. They can jump directly to that section where they know the assignment materials are without having to scroll through the entire list of your course content to find it. Note that we were just looking at the student view of the learning module. The faculty view actually is a little different. You'll notice that all of the materials are stacked one atop the other and you have to scroll down to the bottom. That's because if you want to move materials around, this is easier for you to reorder the organizational pattern of your learning module. You can just drag and drop wherever you want materials to go, and Blackboard will automatically change the table of contents to reflect your changes. The other organizational pattern Blackboard offers is a content folder. And think about that just like a folder in your filing cabinet. Everything you put into a content folder appears in order, and your students will have to flip through each item individually by scrolling down the screen. Now, either a content folder or a learning module will allow you to add assessments, like tests and surveys, or discussion board links, or assignment links, directly into the module. Generally speaking, when it comes to the organizational pattern of your course, it is best that everything a student needs to complete a certain section of your course appears within that section. So let's say this content folder was the first week of my class, and I want my students to read this document. I want them to read this document. I want them to view the material under this link and watch this video, and then I want them to complete a discussion board prompt. It is extremely important that I put that discussion board prompt right in this folder with the rest of my materials. So now my students know that by the time they finish week 1, they will have to complete this discussion board prompt. If I were to ask my students to complete the discussion prompt and then ask that they find that prompt over here in the course menu, that could be cumbersome for the student. They may lose track of why they're going to the discussion board. They may lose track of the directions that you provided. They could not necessarily realize that that's a requirement for week 1 and lose track of the due dates. So generally speaking, when you create a content folder or a learning module, you want to try to have all of the materials that the students will need to complete that section of your course all in the same place.